Another year, another E3, and another Xack Reacts video from myself, Jack, telling you what I thought about this year's events. I won't force myself to react to everything, so I'll just mainly stick to the stuff that applies to me and the stuff that I really had a reaction to and have an opinion on. Of course, the first place to start is the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD remix trailer that was released just before E3 started and everyone got wild about and asked me about my opinion in various places, and I'm here to tell you what I thought about that trailer. And I did have a lot to say. I was going to go on a bit about what I thought about it and of course the Kingdom Hearts 3 teaser at the end, but you know, honestly, everything I was going to say has already been said. I might as well get the Hoover Dam of hype out of the way and discuss the Kingdom Hearts 3 teaser first. So there's a bit of dissent about it, but everybody seems to be in agreement that that is totally a young Xehanort and a young Ericus discussing the Keyblade War, and I'm fully on board with that. I really thought that was what it was. I figured that out for myself, and then I saw everyone else discussing it and I went, yeah, okay, great. Not alone there. And for those who don't know, it's been said that that's going to be like the opening scene to Kingdom Hearts 3. And for those who are wondering, yeah, I was going to go on a Kingdom Hearts 3 news blackout, and I will still do that, I think, but not yet. I might wait and see if there's another teaser, but if they release a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3 next, I think at that point I'll just stop, avoid it, and go on and blackout. But for now, I'm still okay with hearing a bit about Kingdom Hearts 3 for what we know now, because it's still very early in development, and I don't mind. But come the actual trailers, that's when I'll be ducking down and pretending it doesn't exist. Anyway, on to Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix. I would say, first and foremost, Birth by Sleep looks gorgeous. I mean, look at it. This is a PSP game being brought to the PS3, and it looks so brilliant. I mean, just everything has clearly been upgraded. They've put a lot of work into this. And yeah, I've heard the news. There is not going to be a Mirage Arena multiplayer. It's not going to be multiplayer. Like, Mirage Arena will be in it, but we're not going to be able to go online and play with each other, and that absolutely sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I'm not going to say, oh well, you know, it's acceptable. It's really annoying. It's annoying. There's nothing more to say. I just wish it was in Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's not, and that's simply the case. So yeah, too bad, but oh well, at least the HD collection does look gorgeous. And also another thing is the Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix and Birth by Sleep final mix. We are finally confirmed to be getting the final mixes in English, fully voiced. There's no more doubt about it. Some people were thinking there may be cut corners. No, we are getting the full final mix experience, and you can bet I will pre-order this. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Oh yeah, and Recoded looks nice too. Quick apology here, hay fever season, so my nose is not the best right now, so that's why my voice might be a bit lower than it usually is. I apologise, but anyway, after I finally prized myself away from watching the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix trailer repeatedly, there were the E3 press conferences to get into. Now, I never saw the Microsoft or the EA press conferences, but I heard a lot of the games announced from them or shown from them, and yeah, well, you know, there's not too much to say, honestly. I will give special mention to Insomniac's Sunset Overdrive though, which, you know, with the whole situation with Insomniac just leaving Sony to be with Microsoft, and I guess we get to keep the kids, but it's still a sucky divorce, I was kind of wanting this game to be bad, I think, and that's really stupid of me, but I kind of did. I just miss Insomniac, and that's sad. But I will just drop it and say, look, this game looks really nice. It's very pretty, very colourful, and yeah, good on you Xbox guys for getting it. Although, I'm going to be also a little brutally honest, this isn't bias here, I really do think the gameplay wasn't showing too much uniqueness to it. It does remind me a bit of the games like No More Heroes and Lollipop Chainsaw and those sorts of games from, what was it, Suda51? Oh, by the way, yeah, they're making a game called Let It Die. Honestly, okay, they're making a game for the PS4, that's awesome, but we don't really know what it is. The trailer didn't show much of it, and it wasn't a real trailer because it didn't show anything of the actual game itself. It just showed, what was it, a live action thing that was, I don't know, it looked interesting enough, I suppose, but I couldn't say I'm very interested. Oh yeah, back to Sunset Overdrive. It was a good, but I think it could have been better. I wouldn't say the gameplay was as interesting as it really ought to have been, but you know, it's an Insomniac game, so I'm sure they'll get it right in the end. So, well, maybe, we'll see. But speaking of Insomniac, I'm going to jump over to Ratchet and Clank, the trailer for the new Ratchet and Clank movie. That looks good. I'm honestly going to say I'm pretty hyped for this movie. We could finally see a good video game to movie adaptation, not least because there's an actual animation studio running it, and I mean, come on, this looks like a DreamWorks film, and it is very good as a portrayal of Ratchet and Clank and Quark. I mean, the characters look like they've been nailed right. I think we should have seen more of Clank in the trailer, you know, that is half the title there that we didn't really see too much of, but at the very least, it looks like they're really getting it right. And with Insomniac having a big part of the story, which again also didn't play a big role in the trailer. The trailer looked nice, but we didn't really see much of the film in it. But anyway, it looks nice. I'm looking forward to it. And they're remaking Ratchet and Clank 1 for the PS4. That's good. That's something I can pick up for it then. Yay. So everyone's making fun of EA for showing off a bunch of games that are still in the concept stage and nowhere near finished, and I guess the biggest one of that would be Star Wars Battlefront, the big heavy hitter we're all waiting for but isn't ready yet, and I'm looking forward to Star Wars Battlefront, but at this point there's not much I can say about it. Then there's Mirror's Edge 2, which looks good as well, but still not too much to say about it. At least it's back, and they're working hard on making it even more parkour, and and upgrading the combat a bit to match the parkour. Parkour's a way of life, guys. It's cool, and I like Mirror's Edge. I liked Mirror's Edge 1, but I think it could have had more, so I'm hoping Mirror's Edge 2 will have more. I can tell you now, if I had an Xbox, I would be investing in that Master Chief Collection that was shown off, because I've never played any of the Halo games, although I like to keep up with the series and see what they get up to in the story, because it interests me mildly. But anyway, I gotta say though, they really do hammer home the fact that Halo is Microsoft and the Xbox's biggest and, for me, only real selling point of the whole Xbox. Exclusive wise, I can't say I was too interested, but it's a good collection. I will say it is a good collection, probably, although it doesn't have Halo Reach. Shame. I'd also say a few words about Nintendo, like the fact that Toad is like the most annoying Mario character in my opinion, also the fact that he's a clone of a bunch of other people that are also called Toads, so he's not even much of a character in itself, and even by Mario character standards he's like irredeemably bland, and yet he has his own video game now. This baffles me. Disclaimer, I wasn't trying to bash the Mario series there for fans. I like the Mario series, but come on guys, Mario is never going to win any awards for having really good characters and story, alright? Anyway, another thing Nintendo did is a new Zelda game, which is a new Zelda game. Honestly, I've never gotten into the Zelda series, so I can't say I'm excited about it, although I wouldn't mind getting into it one of these days, and this is just another game I'm going to have to buy down the road if I ever do. On the other hand, there was the new stuff about Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS. It doesn't even have a real subtitle. This still really annoys me. But yeah, they have Palutena and the Mii and Pac-Man in it? Oh well. Anyway, I've made my opinions on this matchup of Smash Brothers games in the last E3 video, and they haven't changed, so no. For those who didn't watch the last video and don't know what they are, I am not going to get the Wii U, and so I am not going to get the Wii U version of this game, and I'm not going to get the 3DS version of this game because I know it's a lesser product, and I'm not going to subject myself to that, so forget it. I'm just going to have to give these Smash Brothers games a miss. By the way, Nintendo, was that a new IP I saw? Let's look at Ubisoft, the guys that like to start big and go bigger, which is why they went from Far Cry 4 to Just Dance 2015, from The Division to The Crew, and from Assassin's Creed Unity to Shape Up. Although granted, The Crew does look quite good. Both the Tom Clancy games that were shown at Ubisoft's press conferences are games that I'm really interested in seeing, but would only really be fun with other people, so yeah, if anyone else has a PS4 and is interested in getting those games, could you let me know? Because I could use some friends. Like online friends. I have real friends in real life, honestly. Does anyone remember Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed 2 when they came out? They were big, they were new, and everyone was really excited about all these games and how they were really, redefining action-adventure games and how cool they were. And now, it's just, oh look, they're making another Assassin's Creed game. Oh well, what gimmick have they added this time? And honestly, I don't see too much different with Assassin's Creed Unity. I suppose it could be good. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I'll wrap up with Sony, who were the highlight for me because of both Little Big Planet 3 and Uncharted 4. Yeah, Little Big Planet 3 isn't being made by Media Molecule, but you know what, the guys who are making it, they've worked with Little Big Planet a little bit before, and they look like they've really got it down. I mean, look at that, the depth of the levels, the whole level design possibly being mixed around. The fact that the game just looks a lot more 3D is really cool, and yes, of course, Sackboy has 3 new companions who I am very much looking forward to getting to know, and this is ideally the sort of game that I can get for the PS4 so that I can play it with friends and family, and because I like having games that I can do with that. I finally have a reason to get a second PS4 controller. Oh great, more money. But anyway, it's something to look forward to, really. And Uncharted 4, Naughty Dog, you guys just like to show off, don't you? And Sony had every right to save Naughty Dog for the end of their press conference, because Like, that's really showing off the power of the PS4. And yes, that is totally in-game engine. I mean, if I know Naughty Dog, they never work with CGI. If you look at their games, though sometimes their trailers do, their games though, they never use CGI. They always use the graphics they have for gameplay as the graphics they use for the cutscenes. And honestly, it's always just looked good. They've always been able to bring out the best in a console, and this looks like no exception. So I'm looking forward to Uncharted 4 and seeing what it brings to the table. Especially gameplay-wise, we need to see some of that. We need to get Drake back in the action. This could be the darkest Uncharted game yet, so I'm looking forward to it as a big fan of the franchise. Yeah, but Naughty Dog, please don't forget about Jack and Daxter. And for those who are curious as well, the whole thing about Ratchet and Clank getting a movie, and Sly Cooper is also getting a movie, which also looks quite good, although we only have the one teaser, but it looks really good. I'm hyped for it. Yeah, some people have asked, why not Jack and Daxter? Can Jack and Daxter get a movie? Me personally, I don't think Jack and Daxter are well suited for a movie. I mean, they could pull it off, I suppose. Anything could, though. But they could also get it wrong, and I'd rather not see Jack and Daxter try to make a movie and get it wrong. I think Jack and Daxter are more suited for a comic book style, though. I'd like to see a Jack and Daxter comic book. That'd be pretty cool. Not that I'm a comic fan, but I just think it would look right, you know? Anyway, enough about that. We have more or less covered all of E3 by this point. Let's see, what have we missed? There's a new Tomb Raider game that looks interesting enough. There's a new Batman game that looks good too. Batmobile looks really nice. I'd like to drive that. So maybe. And then there's Metal Gear Solid 5, the new Phantom Pain game. That's got a new trailer. Very good, all nice. To get back to Square Enix as well, there was no Final Fantasy 15 at this E3, which is a bit disappointing for me. People have also said the same about Kingdom Hearts 3, we only got the one teaser, but honestly, I think that's more than enough, okay? I've said it before and I'll say it again. Kingdom Hearts 3 is overhyped, and the fact that it's overhyped caused Kingdom Hearts 3 to be announced as early as it was not a good thing. It's been announced too early, and we're going to be waiting longer than we would have been otherwise. Although some people have been waiting since Kingdom Hearts 2, which is not genius in my opinion, because it wasn't announced after Kingdom Hearts 2. They never said they were working on a Kingdom Hearts 3 until last year, and people have been acting like it's been 7 years waiting for this. Maybe, but frankly we've had other Kingdom Hearts games in between that time, so we've had no reason to complain, and I'm just tired about Kingdom Hearts fans going on about that. Rant over. One last thing which I am more than happy to end the video on are the indie titles that have been announced and talked about and shown that must not slip under your radar. Do not forget about No Man's Sky. That game looks amazing. We could get a lot out of it, or it could end up not being that much, but it looks like a really big, broad version of Minecraft in the sense of exploration. Not so much the mining and crafting part, but you know, it's just like a really big, cool game, and the fact that it's being made by 4 people impresses me to no end. So don't forget about No Man's Sky, and especially that game that was talked about as that Underworld, what was it, giant squid game at the Sony press conference, Abzu, I think that is, and that game is, if it's being made by the same guys who made Journey, then you really should keep your eye on it, okay? Just think about it, don't forget it, and keep your wallet ready for it, because these games, they're more likely going to be some of the most worthwhile games that we've seen at the entire E3 2014. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.